Well, good morning. Hi there. This is Emily Windsor Craig, and it is Wednesday, the 23rd of September, 2020. And I've been having some really fun times online because since we're all in lockdown and we have to do something anyway, let's figure out how to emerge out of this cocoon when we do emerge more in alignment with our soul's mission and who we are. Okay. And I have been watching some of the wonderful ladies online, Bernadette, the seamstress in New York City, and Anna at Influence, and Kristen in Paris. And I've been thinking about, I never go anywhere. I never see anybody. I'm stuck here. But what about all that stuff in the closet? I got all that stuff in the closet. So I went through the closet and I took everything out that is just junk anyway. And that goes to the thrift shop. Went through the drawers and did the same thing. And with my mind's eye working, I've been watching the Edwardian tailors, Bernadette, and there's this young guy who calls himself an Edwardian tailor. And there's a movement for women to return to Edwardian and turn of the 20th century attire. And I thought about that and I thought, well, yes, it certainly looked a lot more fitting and feminine, but it was very, very difficult to attain the detail. I mean, if you've watched Bernadette sew, you understand that it's difficult to do that. And then I ran into a series of videos by Mennonites who dress differently from the ordinary society because they've kind of adopted Edwardian long dresses. How about that? So I started rearranging what I already have into a style that has something to do with neat as a pin. Neat as a pin is an expression that was common back in the 50s when I was growing up. Neat as a pin implies that you're put together as if you want to be seen as having certain standards. All right. So I looked at myself in the full-length mirror and I realized that I do not look good in short dresses because of the varicose veins all over my lower legs. I've got these purple veins that are just hideous. So for me, it's either pants or long skirts. And then I looked at me in pants and I looked dumpy. Dumpy in pants. I don't care how nice the pants are. It magnifies you in the middle. So I already have some long skirts. So I thought, okay, what I can do to make long skirts comfortable and not swish too much is just have pantaloons or something under them, And so I'm redesigning my entire wardrobe with coordinates that are neutral in tone, that basically I have a top, a light colored top, and some kind of vest or waistcoat or tunic over the top, and a long dark skirt with leggings. You notice I have no jewelry, no scarf, nothing, just real plain. It's real plain. But each outfit is configured like the others so that I have adopted a style that's not merely out of Walmart, not merely out of Ross or Nordstrom or the Parisian designers who are becoming more absurd every year. And also, I can obtain pieces and parts of this style that I have adopted from thrift stores, okay, from garage sales, flea markets, wherever clothing excess is on display for a pittance, a pittance. But I have a style. And what I'm saying to those of us women who are stuck at home, this might be a good time to review what you want to look like and how you want to be perceived by society. For one thing, it is no longer a safe society. So we really need in a tactical sense to adopt modesty. Okay, if we don't adopt modesty, we're asking for trouble. There's also the matter of a head covering. And recently I've been struggling with that. And what I noticed among the Anabaptist communities, and those are the communities of one purse, wherein all of the women choose and consent to dress similarly, not identically, but similar. Well, the Amish are pretty much identical, all of them. They're like penguins. But the Mennonites have a great deal of variety. And so do the Bruderhof and the Hutterites and the 12 tribes. They have a great deal of variety. And they have head coverings of very different kinds. Some of the denominations adopt a style to head covering, and everybody in that congregation wears that style. The Mennonites have different styles in their parishes. All right. But for me, I'm in between churches right now. I can't say that the Episcopal Church, to which I'm an official member, has any head covering policy. Indeed, that's the last issue that they're dealing with right now. They're so busy being into political correctness, like many of the Catholic bishops. And so, since I'm not presuming to teach or preach men, I'm just a grandmother here talking to people in terms of common sense. It doesn't occur to me that I'm required, in order to show deference to the angels and to God's holy truth, that I need at home to wear a head covering. We're just chit-chatting here. I'm not doing exegesis and reading scriptures out of a book to prove that I'm right. I'm not righter than you, honey. Okay? I'm not righter, I'm not wronger. I'm just trying to deal with a shutdown and with being stuck and making a kind of informal project out of getting my shift together and cleaning out the closet and figuring out what's modest and appropriate and easy to care for. Okay, if anybody thinks I'm going to adopt dresses that are full of lace and silk and ribbons and buttons and bows, you're out of your mind. I grew up in the dry cleaning business, and I know how difficult it is to maintain those things. Now, everything I'm wearing today is polyester. Polyester is basically a spider web. Okay, that's a spider web. And polyester wears like iron, and it doesn't wrinkle, and you throw it in the washing machine. Yay! Okay, and that's that. There's no fussing about it. And so our Edwardian tailors, who are going into tremendous detail to create the flounces and the layers and the look, Well, they want to gild a lily. That's okay for them. They're young, they do what they like. But for me, I find that polyester and silk knits are wonderful for winter. But my favorite silk store went out of business. Winter Silks is gone, but you can still get their silk underwear from Applebee's. All right. And you get I get my leggings now in silk from Applebee's because they wash just like polyester and they're just as warm, but they feel so nice. Okay. So cotton requires ironing. You like to iron? Okay, then get a cotton shirt I also have a couple of silk shirts that require ironing. And when I wear them, they are so crisp and elegant. Okay. But I wear them for a special occasion. I survive day to day in polyester and polyester cotton because it's easy to care for. But that doesn't mean that I can't look dignified, that I can't appear to have a sense of propriety and standards and neat as a pin. Because neat as a pin will get you in. How's that for a saying for the day? Neat as a pin will get you in because it's recognized that neat as a pin is a statement of having standards so that one's expectation is to be met with respect. If you dress like a trollop or whore, you're going to be regarded as and treated as what you expect. And this is a generational lesson that apparently is being lost on young people today. Schools are not teaching standards. They're not teaching the expectation of respect for every human being. They're putting some groups ahead of other groups. And schools are more racist now than they have ever been because they're categorizing people by race instead of categorizing people by their standards. 100 years ago, it didn't matter what color your skin was. What mattered is what your standards were. And many Black women dressed according to the same standards as the white ones and the other ones. All right. So we're living now in a hyper racist society coming top down. Okay. Those of us who are on the street know better. All right. Different races merely have different gifts. All right. So for today, I'd like to submit to the women in the audience that if this shutdown is getting to you, what you can do is pull back, go through your closet, go through your drawers, send it all to the thrift store, and raise your standards of modesty, propriety, and set yourself a style that is you, that isn't everybody. There is nobody else in this neighborhood like me wearing leggings, a long skirt, a neutral or light colored top, and a tunic. There's nobody else in the neighborhood doing this. This is my standard. But I'm known in the neighborhood as the old woman who's neat as a pin. And so everybody is congenial and we say good morning and we get along, even though they don't know much English and I don't know what language they speak. Okay. We get along, and that's the whole point. Let's learn how to get along where we are. This has been Emily Windsor Craig, and I hope you're not suffering too much in this shutdown. It's phony as a $3 bill. You and I know it, but here it is. So we'll deal with it. Bye-bye.